This is Amasukhi here, and this is a part one of Kumbh Mela. Kumbh Mela, which is happening on 13th of January 2025. That is just about next week. It's about the biggest human gathering for a peaceful purpose in the world. Everyone is looking at it. Kumbh Mela, which in my school days I had never heard except in the movies, where Kumbh Mela में भाई बच्चे बिछड़ गए, भाई दो भाई बिछड़ गए, those kind of types. But beyond that, I never thought about that because we were never given any such information in the schools and colleges. Our history books don't even emphasize on such things. It is a very sorry state that we have missed out on such a huge and humongous event which is happening, and that too in India. Kumbh Mela is just not an event. It is a confluence of spirituality, culture and history. It serves as a beacon of India's rich heritage and profound philosophical tradition. Now, ever wondered where this Kumbh Mela really had its origin? Well, the origin, if you say, it was not known as Kumbh Mela, but it was normally known as a MAHA Mela, which was conducted in the, along the river sides. But it has got a mention in a lot of transcripts and dates back right up to 5,000 years ago. Kumbh Mela is a very, very pivotal of Sanatan Dharma, the movement which creates an awe amongst the rest of the world. Now let's see the story. There is one of the popular story. There are several ones, and one of the story which is attached is in one of the time moment, there was a fight between Asura and Sur. Asura is demons and God. In that fight, the fight was for the Kalash. Kumbh means Kalash. The Kalash which had Amrut, the liquid churned out of the sea, which had a potent to give you immortal life. And both these sections were fighting for it so that they can overpower, the universe and the world. But it so happened that Asuras got the Kalash. So the Surs, that is a god, went to Vishnu and asked him to help in this situation. Vishnu agreed to help, and he sent Garuda Devta. Garuda Devta came in. He got the Kalash back and tried to take it out to secure it with the Surs. While doing so, around 4 to 5 drops fell on the ground. These are the places which are known as the drops fell down. The ground, the land became more divine, and those were the 4 places which are namely Haridwar, Prayagraj, Ujjain and Nasik. So these are the 4 places ever been so fixed for Kumbh Mela. Well, there are 4 types of Kumbh Mela. It starts from just Kumbh Mela, which occurs every 4 years. Then Ardha Kumbh, which happens every 6 years. And then Purna Kumbh, which happens every 12 years. And Maha Kumbh, which happens every 144 years. Now, why this particular period? This has got a connections with astronomical calculations, where 3 planets are of prime importance: the Sun, Earth and Jupiter, Brihaspati. Now Jupiter circulates, oscillates and completes one orbit in 12 years. So it has been tied up to this particular arrangements, and every 12 years a Kumbh Mela or Purna Kumbh Mela is held. Now, it is believed that during this time, the rivers, which are nearby into this region, like Shipra, Godavari, the Shipra, and other rivers, which are nearby. They attain a divine, properties. And if you take a bath, if you bathe in them, if you take a dip into the river, you you attain moksha, or you get cleansed of all your misdeeds and wrongdoings, and you can start your life fresh. Now, this is the belief which drives many people to visit uh, Kumbh Mela. And it is not only cleansing, there's a lot of spiritual exchange. So let's understand what exactly is the composition, what happens really over there. It is just not about a Kumbh Mela when we think it's about akhadas and sadhus and sannyasis and travel. No, you and me can also go there. It is something where you don't require a lot of money. You just require an intent to go there and see how it happens. Yeah, Kumbh Mela is it's a congregation of various saints, sannyasis, sadhus, and particularly the Naga sadhus, which is often cited on. They come from nowhere. Nobody knows. They come in lakhs. They they reside in the akhadas. They perform the martial arts or whatever weapons they are using. They demonstrate the use of it. There are bhajans, kirtans, there are spiritual exchange, and it is said that this Mela always had an opportunity for all the intellectuals of Sanatan Dharma, Shankaracharya, and everyone would get together. They would debate, they would discuss, and they would understand the threat perceptions. They would understand what reforms has to be made. And the beauty of it is, our dharma says it has to be reformed. It can never stay as it is and static as any other religion. We have to reform as per the time. And these were the times where our intellectuals decide to reform various elements, and then it percolates down into the society. Well, talking about akhadas, there are about 13 akhadas which are talked about, and there are chhavnis and nagasadhus. Lot is said about Sanatan Dharma. Sanatan Dharma. The Nagasadhu has, when our Shankaracharya, he formed a concept called Nagasadhu. The Adi Shankaracharya, first Shankaracharya, he saw that there was a big gap between various, kings, which was centric to their own kingdom. They were fighting only for territorial gains or looking after their own prajas. The dharma was a byproduct of the whole thing. While doing this, the first Shankaracharya thought that he had a vision that we should have some central force who can fight for a Sanatan Dharma and not for the kingdom. And he formed a sect called Nagasadhus. They were trained. They are the selfless people who have who have immense power. They are trained to live on nothing. As I say, the concept in Nagasadhu is less is more and nothing is infinite. So they live on bare minimum. They don't even wear clothes. They live in extreme condition. Nobody knows where they come from and where they go. They live in the isolated places up in the hills, in the caves. What do they eat? There are several theories around it, but they can meditate for years together. I mean, they demonstrate, and also they are trained on two things: Shastra and Shastra. As you see, the Sanatan Dharma, each gods have got one Shastra, weapon, okay, which says that you should be intellectual, you should be peaceful, you should be always gaining knowledge, new knowledge. You should provide and help each other. But at the same time, if somebody tries to destroy you or attacks your dharma, you should take out your shastra, on which you should be trained enough. And these Naga sadhus are trained proficiently in using the Shastra. And this particular Kumbh Mela offers them something like a Republic Day. They do the parades around here. So they have the akhadas and chownis as per their protocol. They come over, they demonstrate, they do akhadas, they do a lot of demonstrative fights and their arts, and they go back. They want nothing from you. They expect nothing from you. They only come in this particular place. They travel thousands of kilometers. I don't know how. Who finances them? I've never seen them on the road. Okay, they just come there, appear there, and they just disappear after the 1 month of Kumbh Mela, which ends around after 5 or 6 weeks. Now, all these, Sanatan, all these aspects are completely mystical. They will never be understood by any Western, people. Even forget Western people. Even we are not so introduced to this areas of concepts, and it is very interesting. It is very late though, but I've come to know about a lot of things due to readings. But well, it's never late then never, kind of a thing. So Naga sadhus, talking about Naga sadhus, they, apart from demonstrating the skills of warfare, they just, you have seen them with the ash all around the body. Apart from that, there are sannyasis, sadhus who come there. There are regular people like you and me who come there, and there is a fantastic kind of arrangements which are made. Well, the whole concept of Kumbh Mela was derived from getting to know the Sanatan Dharma and spreading it around the whole of Bharat. The students, there are many students and universities across, right from Harvard and Ivy League schools. The professors come there, the students come there. They try to understand how come such a magnificent event is organized so seamlessly. What are the strategies? What are the thinking? How is the planning? And there is so much of intrigueness amongst them, which I feel is missing amongst us, and it is just coming out due to the getting to know our religion better. And these people take away a lot of volumes and notes in there. And what's your observation? Here, the management is all completely of the different kind, which the Westerners would never know. Here, there are some mystical forces and energies and dedications which combines, and the fusion which manifests itself is what Kumbh Mela is. No one goes unsheltered, no one goes hungry, and everybody gets to have a dip in the divine river, so that which is called snan. And although the snan happens as a protocol, the first kind of preference or priority is for Naga sadhus, because they have been revered as the protectors of the dharma, and then comes all the other sects of sadhus and sannyasis and you and me. So this India, these sometimes you wonder who organizes this, who is the central command, who are the people who listens. There are not many challenges to organize. It's not so easy. You conduct a small puja in your house, and you wonder exactly, and you have to plan about how many people to call, what to organize, how will Brahmin will come, and here everything happens so smoothly, and it is really amazing. So the Kumbh Mela, which is starting, it is, we should be proud about that it is part of India and a big giveaway to the world. The MAHA Kumbh Mela is not only a pride, but its takeaways are the resilience of ancient tradition and modern times, the importance of cultural preservations and pride in one's heritage. It also tells us a spiritual reminder to think and act for greater good. The message resonates deeply, encouraging a reflection on India's profound legacy and its contribution to global knowledge, spirituality, and culture. MAHA Kumbh Mela starts on 13th of March 2025. So, if you have time, take some time out, a week off, and be there. This is Amber Sukhi signing off for MAHA Kumbh Mela. Jai Mahadev.